Hello, I am the Casual Collector, and this is my Vietnam War SEAL team. This is a team circa 1968, 1969. I did not do tribute to a specific team or group of guys. This is just kind of to showcase the variety of gear and what you could expect to see from teams of that era. I will say, though, James Watson's book, Daryl Young's, and Gary Aerosmith all put out decent books detailing the experiences, tactics, equipments, and tactics, techniques, everything you'd expect to see from SEALs of that era. They were very invaluable as resources for building this. I apologize if I slip up on anything. It has been a long time since I made this team. It's been a few years, but I'll try to be detailed as I can. We have our team leader here, pointman, radio operator, corpsman, grenadier, stoner man, machine gunner, auto gunner. Gear is a mix of toy soldier for the most part. We do have a lot of Ace Workshop as well. Some hot toys. We got the M16 is from Dragon, and the grenade launcher is from 21st Century Toys. I will note the ERDL is all from Toy Soldier. I feel they did a great job on the ripstop fabric. Just looks absolutely beautiful how they did the pattern and still managed to achieve that effect without it looking like garbage, which a lot of brands I tend to find do a poor job of that. To start, you're going to note everybody's wearing a flotation vest of some kind. We got life vests. We also have these interesting float coats that we've got on the team leader, pointman, and the corpsman. Float coats were a piece of equipment the SEALs used in Vietnam to achieve. They were trying to have a way to carry ammunition and equipment very easily while also having a flotation device, which is what you can see right there, poking out of the jackets. It's the little trigger. These are the first model ones. They kind of function more as a vest with pouches studded on the outside. We also have some ammunition pouches in the back, along with attachment point for a med pouch, and we have straps for threading in a web belt. They also did a second one, which was a full-on jacket and an actual float coat, which Hot Toys and 21st Century Toys also did. I didn't care for those two examples because I don't like the fabric as much, and also, to be frank, the Hot Toys example, while very nice, doesn't have very large pouches for securing magazines. Our team leader here is carrying a early model of M16 with the XM148 grenade launcher and an over-under combination. He's also got a hush puppy on the right hip for killing sentries and guard dogs, bandoliers for the grenades. If we turn around here, we can also see some of the pouches on the exterior for the rest of the float coat. You can also see some of the modified pouches that SEALs would do. He's got a strobe there fixed to the exterior of his canteen pouch, and he's got a first aid pouch on the other canteen. Very nice little touch that 21st Century that Toy Soldier did with theirs. He also has these canvas coral shoes. You can see a couple of them on these guys, in addition to the jungle boots. These were liked by the teams because they would dry a lot more easily than the leather jungle boots would, drain more easily, and it was kind of just comfortable to wear sneakers into battle. Our pointman here is carrying an Ithaca 37 shotgun, pump action shotgun with the duckbill muzzle device, and you can also see the magazine extension. He's also got a Colt 45 tucked into his float coat. Wearing a pair of jeans, tiger stripe beret, and he's got the ERDL jacket. He's got the ERDL top as well. Jeans were liked by some operators for being more durable than the camouflage pants, and because, well, it was cool to be wearing jeans into battle, just like the coral shoes. I have also heard mixed things though about the jeans. Some operators also would sew on ERDL or camouflage pouches to the exterior. I've not actually seen that, but I've heard that it was done as well though. I based this guy heavily off of the Toy Soldier Seal Point Man, just updated them with the vest and some other kit to kind of make him my own. Tried to mirror the camouflage as well. He was a fun one to make. The radio operator here in the tiger stripe jacket and the jeans was actually the first one that I did. I love making the early model of Colt's carbine that you can see here with the I don't know any other way to say it. It was kind of like the M16 stock, except it had like a very weird way of extending it out, along with the triangular handguard. Very, very short, very neat little piece of kit. Chief Watson mentioned that he actually carried one on one of his later deployments, which is kind of why I threw it in there. Plus, I just thought it looked neat. I think it was a Colt 607, but don't quote me on that. Like I said, it's been a while since I remember reading about it. Very weird. Eventually led to the XM177 series, the E1s and the E2s, which were very successful. Corpsman here is carrying a M16, and you can see the aid bag on the side over there. Pretty straightforward piece. You'll also see a couple of these guys have K-bars with the plastic sheaths. You'll see flares taped to some of them, not only used for signaling, but also for demolishing hooches with the incendiary nature of flares. It's a fun little piece of kit. Our grenadier here is carrying the pump action version of the grenade launch of the M79, which was also nicknamed the China Lake. I've heard mixed things about these. Very, very heavy. You also could shoot off just as fast if you were a good M79 man. Just being able to reload fairly quickly if you were good at it. You could shoot as fast as with the China Lake, and you also didn't have the sorts of weight or mechanical issues that the China Lake did, where you ran the risk of it jamming. Neat little piece though. I like the look of it. I think it's neat. He's also got, in addition to the webbing, he's got one of the early model grenade vests. I believe Special Forces were the first ones to try these, or at least develop them. This isn't the one that you'd see up into use in the 90s in one form or another, which was a fairly straightforward nylon vest with the pouches sewn on. This is actually the first model where you'd have to still put the egg carton containers for the grenades to hold them in place, which you kind of see there, that little bits of white there. Ace did these. I love them. It's a very interesting little piece of kit and a very little interesting piece of history there. Lastly, one of my favorites is the Stoner Gunner. He's got a Hot Toys Stoner, which I believe are the ones that did the best one of these. He's also got several bandoliers of 5.56 draped around, and you can also see a M72 Law being carried on the back for destroying fixed emplacements and whatnot, hard targets. Very straightforward piece of kit. He'd be weighed down with ammunition, which is why he's not carrying quite as much. Just a couple of canteens in the back, and in addition to his full combat load. Very, very fun to make him. Very interesting, though. Those belts were very hard to put together because they'll, unfortunately, those metal links are as painful in scale as they are in 1-to-1, I believe. I'm also going to highlight, we got a couple of other guns here, which I'm going to show off. So we've got a couple of M60s here. You can see both of these are done by Hot Toys. You can kind of see the differences between one of these See All altered ones, which has the barrel cut down, bipod removed, just for the sake of weight, to make this easier to handle. 7.62 was a beast, and but M60s were very large, very, very heavy, so hard to take in the jungle. This was their attempt to make that an easier weapon to handle. You also have the Death Machine, which was something that a buddy of mine did. But that was a very large weapon, and having all that 7.62 on your back was extremely heavy. We also have a Remington auto shotgun. I think this was a 7188 at 21st Century Toys did. This was kind of an alternative that you'd see for the shotguns. I just like the look of the Ithaca, which is why I went with that. But I believe Chief Watson mentioned using one of these as well, or at least that he run into one. And lastly, we have an early version of the China Lake, which I have not altered. So this is just kind of giving an idea of some of the alterations that were done. There's a very heavy spring on the inside of this thing, which you can cycle it. Trying to do this one-handed here. You can cycle it, but it's going to snap open. So you can actually get that spring out by boiling it, and then you can kind of take it apart. I also chose to add some screws to the outside, which you can kind of see they painted on here, but I used Sculpey to kind of draw those out a little bit. It was fun to take it apart, pain, but fun, just because I love a challenge. And it's really worth it to have it showing with the breech closed if you've got the time to really put it together like that. So that's my SEAL team. This was a project I did a while ago. I apologize if I got any details wrong, but as I said, it's been a couple of years, so my memory isn't the best. But I hope you enjoyed this, seeing these guys, and if you've got any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'm always happy to hear from other collectors or folks who are there and have advice on putting these together. Thanks, and have a great day.